Hey guys, this is Dr. Hub. In case you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe for updates. Now let's look at the sections associated with the doctors. So doctors and associated with the court orders, the IPC sections as well as the BNS. So let's look at the BNS section, that is 227, or the IPC section 191. So it deals with the false evidence. 191 means there is false evidence, that is the perjury definition. So the definition of the perjury is what this is associated with. Next, when you look at the 228 and 192, 228 and 192 is very close to this section, that is, it is fabricating the false evidence. So next one, that is increasing one in number, that is 192 and 228, that is fabricating false evidence. So fabricating false evidence. Next is we move on to the 229. So 221 BNS or the 193. So we started with 191, 192, now 193. 193 is where you punish for the false offense. So A of 191 was giving false evidence, B was the 2 was the fabricating false evidence. So you have 2 F's, that is fabricating false evidence. And next is punishment of the false evidence. 193 is where you punish. So there is punishment of the false evidence, that is there is part 1 and part 2. Part 1 is where the judicial proceedings of up to 7 years of imprisonment and fine up to 10,000 rupees. So there is 2 sections, that is 1 and 2. 1 is where the judicial proceedings up to 7 years of imprisonment and fine up to 10,000 rupees. So 7 years of imprisonment and 10,000 rupees of fine. Next is 229(2), and any other case up to 3 years of imprisonment and fine up to 5,000 rupees. So 2 is where the amount of it is less, the amount of punishment is less, that is you have 3 years of imprisonment and 5,000 rupees of fine. Next we move on to the 223 or 196, the BNS 223, 233 and the 196 IPC. So this is where the using evidence known to be false. So this is where the use of evidence that is known to be false. Next we move on to the 234 and 197, the number which is right next to it. This is where you issue a false certificate. So 197 is important. So false certificate. So what is the false certificate? Number. So issuing a false certificate will come under the BNS section 234 or the IPC section 197. Next is we move on to the BNS section 238 and 201. 238 and the IPC section 201. So this is where it causes the disappearance of the evidence of offense or giving a false information to screen the offender. So mainly it is the disappearance of evidence. So the disappearance of the evidence is seen. To learn and grow daily like this, please do subscribe.